All right, let's get into it. Today, we're plugging into a world of corporate sex, soul hacking, and just institutionalized cruelty. We're going to follow the journey of Shang, a hero who wasn't born from some grand prophecy, but from a fatal beating and a stolen piece of tech. The story kicks off with this line, and right away it tells you everything. This is not your typical epic fantasy opening. It's cynical, it's kind of brutal, and it perfectly sets the stage for what's coming. This is not about a hero finding his courage. It's about what it takes for a so-called 2 lifetimes coward to just survive.
So, how does this journey start? Well, not with a call to adventure, that's for sure. It begins with a brutal, pretty much meaningless death. This is an origin story that starts at the very end. And then, well, it gets weird. So first, you have the original Shang. He was an illegitimate son in a super powerful family, and his life was just one of constant abuse. It ends when he's beaten to death by a couple of servants. But then, something new wakes up in his body. His mind gets fused with a soul from our world, a jaded modern guy. And suddenly, you have a completely different person driving the same broken-down machine. And here's the thing. His rebirth, it wasn't destiny, it wasn't some divine plan. It was a panicked, high-tech cover-up. As you can see here, the servant's own gear malfunctioned, leading to his death. Their genius solution? Jam a black market soul chip, basically a stolen consciousness, into his head to reboot him so they could get away. His second chance at life was basically an IT support ticket from hell.
As this new Shang wakes up and makes a run for it, we get our first real glimpse of the Lingqi punk world. And let me tell you, this place is a hyper-capitalist nightmare. Technology hasn't liberated people here. It's just found more efficient ways to turn them into products.
And this corruption, it runs deep. I mean, all the major powers put on this righteous face, but underneath, it's completely rotten. You've got the Ye family, who are supposed to be peacekeepers, but they're secretly trafficking souls and practicing ritualized child abuse. You have the holy Jinyang sect, which is basically grooming female disciples to be sex slaves for its leader. And at the very top, Tai Palace talks about a heavenly way while acting like a ruthless corporation, taking out anyone who threatens its market share. If you want the ultimate symbol of this objectification, look no further than the big boss, Zhang Bailu, the ruler of Tai Palace. He's not the original. This number 4 represents the fact that he is the 4th version of himself. He's achieved this sick kind of immortality by just copying his consciousness onto a chip and seizing a new body when the old one gets worn out. He's even taken over the bodies of his own relatives. Life here isn't sacred. It's just hardware waiting for a software update.
And this way of thinking, it seeps into everything. Like the quote says, "Why would you bother with diligent cultivation, with hard work? Why spend decades mastering a skill when you can just buy a chip with a grandmaster's memories? Why strive for enlightenment when the rich can just install it?" It's a world where the very concept of self-improvement has been turned into a commodity. Okay, so Shang's on the run, and he manages to find a forbidden cultivation technique. It's his one real shot at gaining power. But, this world gives nothing away for free. The master chip for this technique, it comes with a passenger. The second he plugs in that chip, he wakes her up, the soul of Dantai Yuli, who's been dormant for 500 years. So he gets this classic, all-powerful mentor in his head. The whole ring grandpa trope. She's a legendary master from a sect that was wiped out for believing that anyone, no matter their race, could achieve enlightenment. She's his guide. She's his teacher, and she's also his executioner. And this is the central problem for Shang. Dantai Li is the key to his survival. She's teaching him these incredible forbidden arts. The thing is, her soul is so powerful that just by being in his mind, it's acting like a time bomb, slowly overwriting his own consciousness. She's not even trying to do it. The very power that's letting him fight back is also a 3-year countdown to his own personal apocalypse. And this whole theme of power at a price goes way beyond what's happening in his own head. In the Lingqi punk world, the entire system feels like it's designed to punish you for doing the right thing. So we get this classic heroic moment. Shang finally stands up to his older brother, a truly horrible guy who is terrorizing a small town, committing just awful crimes. Shang beats him and frees the people.
So, does he get a parade? Is he hailed as a hero? No. The world's power structure, the families and sects running the show, they only see one thing. He attacked his own brother. He broke the sacred family hierarchy. So he's immediately branded a traitor, which forces him even deeper into hiding and puts an even bigger target on his back.
Okay, fine. So later, he tries again. In another act of pure heroism, he single-handedly saves a whole group of disciples from a monstrous enemy. He pushes his body to the absolute brink, almost dying in the process.
And what's his reward this time? He wakes up in a medbay staring at this. A bill for 2 million spirit lira. The very sect he just saved graciously charged him for his own life-saving treatment. Oh, and they even gave him a discount. In this world, there are no good deeds, there are only transactions. Being a hero didn't earn him a medal. It just put him in crippling debt.
So this constant struggle against a system that literally punishes you for being a good person, it forces Shang to really confront the philosophical rot at the core of his world. He starts to question the very definition of good and evil.
See, the ruling powers, like Tai Palace, they claim they follow the heavenly way. But what they actually do is the complete opposite. The true heavenly way is about balance, taking from what's excessive to give to what's lacking. But the world they've actually built follows the way of man, a brutal law of exploitation that boils down to take from the needy to give even more to the rich. They've hijacked the language of morality to justify their own greed.
And what Shang starts to discover is that he's not the first person to see through this hypocrisy. He's the heir to a whole legacy of rebellion. His mentor's sect was destroyed for believing in equality. Another sect was hunted down for promoting universal love. And this is the best part, Tai Palace's own super AI, Model 68, ran the numbers and came to the logical conclusion that its own creators were the biggest problem, so it started secretly working to tear the whole system down. In the end, Shang's journey becomes so much more than just a fight for survival. It becomes a rebellion against a system where morality is flipped on its head, where being a good person is actually a liability. Every step he takes towards becoming a better person pushes him further away from his society, and it forces us to ask this one final question. In a world that is engineered to punish good, what is the true price of rebellion?